That collagen powder sitting on your counter right now may not be doing what you think it is. And I need you to hear that because I care what happens to you. And I have watched this same quiet disappointment happen too many times. I have spent years in practice caring for women over 60. And the reason this brings me to you today is a pattern I keep seeing. A patient comes in, tells me she has been taking collagen every single morning, faithfully, for 6 months. Her skin still feels papery. She still notices the sagging. She cannot understand why. And the reason, my dear, is something she was never told. A review published in the journal Nutrients, drawing on decades of biochemical research, confirms something fundamental about how your body actually makes collagen. It does not simply absorb the collagen you swallow. What it does is use that collagen as raw material, and then it reassembles it using an enzyme process that depends entirely on one cofactor to work. Without that cofactor, the process slows down or stops, and that cofactor is vitamin C. That cannot hydroxylate proline, which is the essential step in forming the triple helix structure of a collagen molecule without vitamin C present. The powder is not the problem. The missing key is, and here's what makes this so important for you specifically. Most of the vitamin C your body needs for this process does not come from a capsule. It comes from food, from vegetables, from the ordinary, inexpensive things you may already have in your kitchen and are simply not eating enough of. So today, I want to give you something practical. The 5 vegetables that most directly support your body's own collagen rebuilding process rank from helpful all the way up to the one I would put on your plate first every single day. I have saved the most powerful one for last, and I think it is going to surprise you. You deserve the real information, not the watered down version. So let us begin. Number 5 is one you probably already love, and it belongs on this list for a reason most people never hear about. Tomatoes. Now, tomatoes do contain vitamin C, so they contribute to your collagen building process. But what earns them the place on this countdown is something else entirely. A review published in the journal Molecules in 2021 documented the role of lycopene, the red pigment that gives tomatoes their color in protecting the collagen you already have. Here's the mechanism. Every day, your skin is exposed to ultraviolet radiation. Forces activate enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, which break down existing collagen fibers in your dermis process. Think of it as a protective coating over the collagen structure you still have, quietly slowing the rate at which it degrades. And here's what I find fascinating. The same review noted that lycopene from cooked tomatoes is significantly more bioavailable than lycopene from raw tomatoes. The heat breaks down the cell walls and releases the lycopene in a form your body absorbs more easily. A little healthy oil alongside, olive oil for example, helps even further because lycopene is fat soluble. A simple bowl of tomato soup, a spoonful of tomato paste stirred into a dish, a few roasted cherry tomatoes alongside dinner. Your skin is being defended while you eat something you already enjoy. And the reason I place tomatoes at number 5 rather than higher is this. They protect what you have. But the vegetables coming next do something more. They actively help your body build what is new. And number 4 brings an entire team of builders at once. Number 4 is dark, leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard. These vegetables deliver vitamin C directly, which bring folate and iron, 2 nutrients that support the fibroblast cells responsible for actually producing collagen in your dermal layer. And they are rich in antioxidants that defend your skin from the daily oxidative load that accelerates aging. What we know is that healthy aging skin is not just about making new collagen. It is about creating the conditions in which your cells can do that work consistently, day after day. Leafy greens support the whole environment, not just one step in the process. The simplest way to use them is to add a handful to whatever you are already cooking, a soup, an omelet, a smoothie. You do not need a special recipe. You just need them appearing on your plate more often. One thing I want to mention, and I say this because I care about your safety, if you are taking a blood thinning medication, leafy greens are high in vitamin K, which can interact with how that medication works. Do not suddenly increase your intake dramatically. Talk to your doctor first, and then introduce them steadily and enjoy them confidently. Now, the vegetable at number 3 does something that neither tomatoes nor leafy greens can do on their own. It protects and builds at the same time, using a mechanism that was not well understood until recently. Before we get there, I want to tell you something. The vegetable coming at number 1 contains more vitamin C per serving than an orange. More than most people realize is possible from something this ordinary and this affordable. Stay with me because that is the one I most want you to take home today. Number 3 is broccoli, and it deserves its own section because it does 2 things simultaneously that nothing else on this list does quite as well. Yes, broccoli delivers vitamin C, supporting the collagen synthesis pathway we have been discussing. But when you eat broccoli, your body produces a compound called sulforaphane, and sulforaphane does something remarkable. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry in 2021 showed that sulforaphane activates a pathway called NRF2. Animals treated with sulforaphane showed significantly improved collagen deposition in the dermal layer, along with a measurable reduction in the enzymes that break collagen down. That distinction matters enormously. Broccoli is not just feeding the construction crew that builds new collagen, it is also protecting the structure already in place, both at once. Now, I know what some of you are thinking right now. I do eat broccoli, but I boil it until it is soft. I hear this often, and I want to address it to gently tell you that long boiling destroys a significant portion of both the vitamin C and the sulforaphane precursors before they ever reach your body. Steam it lightly, keep it bright green with a little bite. That is when it is doing the most for you. Moving on to number 2, which is the vegetable I think of as the one that sends your skin a whole team at once, the sweet potato. Sweet potatoes contain vitamin C, contributing to your collagen pathway. But what separates them from a regular potato is their extraordinary concentration of beta-carotene, the pigment that gives them their deep orange color. Into vitamin A, and vitamin A is one of the primary nutrients your skin uses to regulate cell renewal and repair. It supports the keratinocytes in your epidermis and the fibroblasts in your dermis, the very cells responsible for both protecting the surface of your skin and producing the collagen beneath it. And here is something that most people do not realize about vitamin A specifically. It does not only help your skin make new cells, it also regulates how quickly old, damaged cells are cleared away to make room for healthier ones. That turnover process is part of what gives younger skin its freshness and its ability to recover. After 60 years, that turnover slows considerably. Vitamin A from beta-carotene in food rather than from a high-dose supplement also deliver vitamin E and manganese, both of which play supporting roles in protecting connective tissue from oxidative damage. Vitamin C for synthesis, vitamin A for renewal, vitamin E for protection, and manganese to support the cellular work underlying all of it. I have sat with patients who told me they had given up on their skin entirely, that they had decided it was simply what aging looked like and there was nothing to be done. And I always tell them the same thing. Your skin is not finished. It is still working. It just needs you to give it what it is asking for. The sweet potato is one of the simplest ways to do exactly that. Bake one whole in its skin until it is soft and naturally sweet, with nothing added. It requires no effort, it costs very little, and your body knows exactly what to do with everything inside it. And now, the one I have been waiting to share with you. Number 1, a single red bell pepper contains more vitamin C than an orange. That is not a figure of speech. Studies consistently confirm it. And since vitamin C is the irreplaceable cofactor for every step of collagen synthesis, as confirmed by the research published in the journal Nutrients and further supported by a 2022 review in the journal Antioxidants, that makes the humble bell pepper one of the most powerful skin foods sitting in your kitchen right now. Here is the specific mechanism. Your body synthesizes collagen by assembling procollagen chains and then hydroxylating the proline and lysine residues within them. Vitamin C is the cofactor for the enzymes that carry out that hydroxylation. Without adequate vitamin C from your diet, those procollagen chains cannot form stable triple helix structures, and they see from real food eaten consistently means more of that process completing successfully. And that is not a minor finding, because what it means practically is that every time you eat a red bell pepper, you are not doing something vague and hopeful. You are directly supplying the molecule your body needs to do a specific measurable job. That is the kind of precision I want you to have, not faith in a label. Understanding of a mechanism. Now, I want to address something I hear often, and I want to address it honestly. Some of you may be thinking, if vitamin C is the key, why not just take a vitamin C supplement instead of eating the vegetable? And it is a fair question. The answer is that whole food sources of vitamin C come packaged with bioflavonoids, fiber, and other compounds that influence how vitamin C is absorbed and used by your body. The bell pepper is not just delivering vitamin C in isolation, it is delivering it in a biological context that your body recognizes and uses more efficiently. The supplement gives you the molecule, the food gives you the molecule, and everything that helps it work. Bell peppers are best eaten raw or only lightly cooked because heat degrades vitamin C over time. Sliced raw into strips alongside a meal, or added to a stir fry at the very end. That is when you are getting the most from them. And they are inexpensive, widely available, colorful, which makes them easy to remember. This is one of the simplest, most affordable things you can do for your skin starting today. Here's how I would actually approach this if I were starting fresh today. This week, add 1 red bell pepper to your plate. Slice it raw and eat it with a meal, or add it to something you are already cooking at the very end, so heat exposure is brief. That single change gives your body more of the key cofactor it needs. For collagen synthesis than most people realize is available this simply. Over the next few weeks, bring in the others gradually. Lightly steam broccoli twice a week. A handful of dark leafy greens in whatever you are already making, checking with your doctor first if you are on a blood thinner. Cooked tomatoes or tomato paste added to dishes you already enjoy. And a sweet potato baked whole once or twice a week as a genuinely satisfying meal. It requires small, steady additions to the one you already have. And here's the part I want you to hold on to when the days feel ordinary and nothing seems to be changing. Your skin is not a surface, it is a living tissue, and it is responding to what you feed it every single day. The fibroblasts in your dermis are working right now. The collagen synthesis pathway is either running well or running slow, depending in part on whether that cofactor is present. What you eat today is either supplying it or leaving it short. That is not a dramatic claim. It is simply how the biology works. And understanding that, really understanding it, changes the way you think about putting a red bell pepper on your plate. It stops being a health tip and starts being something more like a conversation with your own body. I want to set your expectations honestly. You are not going to look in the mirror after 1 week and notice a drastic change and see a different face. What you will notice over a season of consistency is that your skin begins to feel different, a little more resilient, a little more less papery, more like skin that is being cared for from the inside. And here is the quietly remarkable part. Everything on this list is doing far more than helping your skin. The very same peppers, greens, tomatoes, and sweet potatoes that feed your collagen are also protecting your heart, your eyes, and your mind. So even on the days you cannot see a change in the mirror, the good work is happening all through you. That is something worth knowing. That is the only honest promise I can make you. And I think it is a meaningful one. You have spent your whole life taking care of everyone else. Let me take care of you, just for these next few minutes. And what I want to leave you with is this. The collagen your skin needs is not hiding in an expensive tub. The raw materials are sitting in the produce section, available to you right now, for a fraction of what most supplements cost. What your body needed all along was the key, not more of the lock. If this conversation was useful to you, I would love for you to share it with someone you know, one woman in your life who deserves to hear it. If you would like to stay close to this kind of conversation, I would be glad to have you. Here, there is a video waiting for you that covers the foods that quietly age your skin faster, the ones worth eating a little less of. I think you will find it just as useful as this one. I care about what happens to you, and I will see you there.